Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's it going? My name is Amneet. I'm here with my buddy Mandeep. Mandeep, what's happening?
Good morning, guys. Great. Everything looks excited. Let's see what's what's in store for today.
Yeah. Well, today is January 5th. It's the second trading day of the new year. Yesterday was crazy. I mean, we opened up a 0.5% on the broader markets, and the market just tanked. You
Yeah,
know, we
it was
I
not
didn't expect.
expected especially being the first day of the year. It was a bit
I
crazy.
mean,
Yeah,
it opened up a 0.5% and then it sold off immediately down to. I mean, we saw 2%. The markets were down 2% at one point.
yeah.
Ended up closing down just under 1.5%. But I mean, I didn't expect it. I mean, I think I'd kind of made like one of the biggest mistakes in it. I mean, I opened up that iron condor, and I did two of the three steps mechanically, and I didn't follow through on the third step. That was the profit step. I ended up closing out the short leg and then keeping the longs in, but I closed the longs too early, and ended up missing out on almost 200 and close to $250,000 in profit for tomorrow, for yesterday. And I mean, that is more money than I can imagine, but whatever. I ended up taking a loss. The thing is, emotions got got into it, emotions and fear, and unfortunately, that's a bad recipe. Uh, let's talk about the markets right now. Nasdaq, we're about a minute away from the open. The Nasdaq is down 35 points. S&Ps are down 6.25, so that's 7 points now. We are seeing some weakness again in the market, and here's the opening now. So let me go ahead and actually, I forgot to share my own screen, so let me go ahead and share that up, and so the people can see what it is today. I mean, I do gotta roll some. I do gotta roll some contracts up. Because Tesla is down, I am up, and as you know, I'm short Tesla. Um, so I mean that's always somewhat good news. The markets look like they're rallying up at the open. Mandeep, are you seeing any type of weakness or anything you notice?
We had a slight. Boeing's stronger than yesterday. That's good to see. Just a little sell off at Zoom. Open at 360s at 357. Let's see how that ends. Americans going up, which is good news. It was below
Yeah,
15 at the open. So glad to see that.
that's great. Great news. I I gotta. I mean, I did the strangle. I'm only down $150 on that strangle right now. Now, I mean, it's making up for yesterday's painful day. So,
NEO,
but
NIO as well. Good thing that's coming down a bit. I thought it was at almost 54, I think. 54.50 yesterday.
yeah, it was
Um,
at I think it topped 55 yesterday. I don't remember honestly.
so that calmed down a bit. That's good.
Yeah, in the after yeah, it hit 54 in the intraday. And yeah, it's cooling off quite a bit. Same thing with Tesla, starting to cool off. The let's see here. Um, let's see how we are in the. So Apple actually went to 130, huh? And I actually have a. I want to see if it can stay above this 130.20 level, and I might sell some. I'd sell something. So another, a couple of big, big things that are happening in the marketplace today is that the a couple of big things that are happening right now is that today is the Georgia Senate runoff. You know, as you kind of know, or some of you do or do not know, the Wall Street likes to have like to have a gridlock. They want it uneven, House, Senate, and presidency. Typically, they want, one of the branches have to either be Republican or Democrat. They just want to see that in the long term. And mainly they want that gridlock so they have less regulation. Typically, when you have uh, Republicans or Democrats, either one way or the other, you're going to have if it's all Republican or all Democrat, you're going to have a lot more policies that are catered towards one specific group of people. Um, and, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Now, if Georgia does win, I'm sorry, if the Dems win both seats, which I mean, it kind of looks that way. Again, I'm not a fortune teller per se, but it looks that way. Um, at that point, the market is going to, um, sorry, um, at that point, the Dems control both the House, the Senate, and then they are going to get the presidency as well. I mean, there's that. The presidency is another another issue in itself. Tomorrow, the Senate is supposed to vote on to certify President-elect Biden's certification. So the I'm sorry, his presidency. So if that happens, that's the final nail in the coffin for President Trump. Um, you know, he is. I mean, there's talk of him using martial law and all this stuff to, saying that there's, voting fraud. But I don't think one way or the other about it. But let's just get back to the marketplace. Less about politics, more about Wall Street. So the Nasdaq is up, S&Ps are up, uh, Apple is up about 1%. Um, Apple is up by about 1%. Tesla just is doing what Tesla's doing. Neo's down about 4.5%, which is surprising after what after all the good news yesterday. Maybe it's just giving back what it gained. But Tesla is down 2 points from yesterday's
Zoom
open.
just sold off like crazy.
Zoom. Let me take a look at Zoom. I have quite a bit of position on Zoom. Oh yeah, Zoom is down 2%. Um, it's a strong open today. It's a strong-ish open today for a lot of what I have on the market. I mean, I'm gonna have to take a look at a couple of. This one's a big one, Fubu TV. This one had quite a few. There's quite a big news regarding Fubu. Um, they reported big earnings, so it is you know Yeah, they reported like the subscribers were increasing. So I'm not one way or another with that with it. But I have the strangle on. I mean, 1750 and 70. Um, I may want to probably just. They've had a huge run up. I may roll up the put side just a little bit. Uh, yeah, I'll roll up to 20. A little bit closer than I wanted to be at, but I'll do it. See if I can fill on that. Let me add a. I'm gonna add a call leg to my American Airlines uh, contract. I just, I already have 75 contracts in. I might just do the 19 because I don't think, we have see here, I'll round this up to 75 contracts. This is going to bring in $3,500 in premium, and it's going to reduce my buying power. Oh, it's going to increase my buying power. See if I get a fill on that. Let me just go ahead and replace it by 1 penny, and I got filled at 40. Yeah, I got 47 on this. Yeah, I got 47, even though I wrote it down to 46, but I got 47. So I got $1.28. Got to look at that, just under $11,000 in extrinsic value left in these contracts. I'm gonna try to extract half of this if I can. American is the gift that keeps on giving in my book. Speaking of American, I got to roll down my American contracts right now. Let's see here. Let's see where we are with the trades. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and roll this down, see if I can get a fill on. Yeah, if I do a 16, I get an 11-cent credit, which is 11 cents is pretty big in my book. That's another $1,100 in, and so I'm gonna roll. Do you still? What do you have on as far as your American Airlines? You just have the $15 puts?
Yeah, these are the 15.
All right. And look, the market is just ramping up right now. Nasdaq is up 50 points. Uh, Apple is continuing to tear up. Uh, Sorry, just I had to take a sneeze. Let's take a look at my Apple positions right now. My puts look strong. This right here looks pretty strong too. My 138, 143 should expire. Well, let's see. We have three more days. We still have 3.5 more days to go. Okay, so I did get a fill on that. I moved it down to 16 from the 17 to the 16 on those. I am going to sell, actually. I got to sell some in my other account too as well. I got to sell some premium real quick. Let's see here, 16. All right, just got filled on that. Perfect. All right, let's see here. Let's take a kind of account. Boeing is up. Boeing. Yeah, man. Boeing is up. Should have just kept this contract when where I thought it should be at, but it's okay. You can't win. We can't win every trade. I I had to roll it. I had to roll it. Let's see here. You see anything to your liking, Mandeep?
No, I'm just looking at Zoom, and I'm looking at exit. Well, my American position, but it's not moving enough.
Yeah.
What else is there? Tesla's pretty stable. Um,
Oh, I want to add a call. Maybe I don't know if I want to add a call leg to Baba, but might as well. Might as well. So I'm gonna turn this into a strangle now on Baba. I'm gonna sell the 295s. Maybe I'll do 285. And I got filled on that one. Let's see here. Tesla. I gotta even out this trade. So let me go ahead and take a look at evening this out a little bit. I am going to sell the 575 puts. And there we go. I sold that as well. Just trying to balance out these trades, guys. I told you, man, you should have gotten on that natural gas. That's almost at $10. I
oh
don't
yeah,
even have.
how much?
Yeah.
How many did you have?
Well, I have now 46 contracts, but at one point, I mean, if I kept everything, I would have, I would have been up pretty big. But it's all right. It's cool. You got to take profits. Next time, we'll keep an eye out for it. I only got less than 2 weeks to go on these contracts, but let's see what happens. I mean, I think I might even just close it out right now because they get a fill. Yeah, I got filled at 10 cents, so even better. Book better profit. Let's see here. Let's see. Neo. What do I have on Neo? So I have a 47.60. Okay. This one looks like just under $1,100 in profit. Just needs a couple more days. Let's see. I did this Iron Condor. I still can't get a damn fill on it. It's an Amazon 30 70 put. And then my calls are 34.95, 3,500. Yeah, and it's expiring February. And it's a $3.20 credit. So like my max loss is only $1.80. But I can't get a damn fill on it. And it's
Amazon sometimes, I don't know. I've had issues.
I'm having issues like getting a fill on this, but I'm just gonna let it be. I'm not gonna necessarily worry too much about it. Let's see here. markets are I'm gonna go ahead and roll. I have a 440. I have a 445, 1100 strangle on Tesla. And I'm inclined to just roll it up a little bit. I'm inclined to maybe roll it up to 500. If I get a fill on that.
Zoom is a little disappointing, huh?
Yeah,
I
Zoom
thought
is.
360, especially the whole cases and everything.
Yeah, I was thinking yesterday it was like when it went up, I was thinking, oh, maybe it'll keep going up, but it's okay. I guess it's all right for the time being. For me, as long as it just kind of keeps doing what it's doing. Yeah, I did want to exit the trade on. So I had these February 19 calls. So guys, I don't buy long calls much, but I do have some long calls, and I actually have to start to think about exiting those because at a certain point, I'm going to be in trouble because they're going to start to lose value. So actually, I got a fill on those for $14. Let's take a look at how much I got back. $10,000. Tuesdays are typically our slowest days of the week, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
All right.
Nice little recovery today. Do some. Look at my delta. I'm looking at a -4 delta. Not bad, not bad. Amneet, not bad at all. My account is nicely beta weighted. Good amount of theta, good amount of right. If I can get this down a little bit more, I'm good. Let's see here what we're looking at. Of course, downside. Perfectly in. Look at my. Oh, did I do something for booking? Huh? Eh? Yeah, I did. Oh, I did strangle. 1710, 2600. Looks fine to me. Look at my booking actually on this account. Where's booking at? Booking. 2179. Uh, so hear this out. So I had a 2200 last week call on booking.com, and I received a like slightly under $6 credit. We'll call it like 590, but just for easy math, we'll call it $6. And then I decided, booking went above the 2200 mark. I was like, you know what, that 2200 mark is kind of high. I said, when I picked it out, I was like, yeah, I'd be happy if it hit it or not. So, anyways, of course it did hit that number, and I was in the money on that call, on that booking call. So I ended up rolling it, and hear this, I got a $29 credit on it, on that. So of course, and now booking is below. It's below that number, that $2,200 number. So yesterday I could have closed it out with $2,100 in profit. But I'm hoping. Well, let's see how much extrinsic do I have left on this contract. Yeah, I still got quite a bit, almost $40 in credit. I have sitting there. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, basically almost get 30, whatever, almost $4,000, off the selling the calls. So let's see. I mean, I'm crossing my fingers and hoping it stays below that 2200 mark by Friday. A lot of things can change, but we're just gonna sit back and relax. Let me take a look at my Tesla. I sold some puts on Tesla. Let's see here. Okay, they're starting to collapse those as Vol gets kicked out. Yeah, let's see, they're gonna start to collapse those contracts. Let's take a look at. Yeah, I mean, look, beta weight is -2, so if I add some long positions, we get there. My Neo strangled that's expiring this week is now in the profit zone. As long as I don't have any outside moves, we're good. We ought to be good. Fubu is almost profitable. Trying to roll this one up, but looks like kind of getting away from me. Let's see here. Baba is looking decent. So I had a couple of conversations yesterday. A couple of people had reached out to me, asked me about option trading, and we'd kind of talked about. He had this one individual. And I won't say his name. I won't. He reached out to me privately, but it's a story to be told. And it's a very important story to be told, in my opinion. So the story goes is that he had put in 6 figures into an account, and he went from being a buy and hold investor to doing option trading, because option trading in actuality is very lucrative. if done correctly. And that's with anything that you do, is if it's done correctly, it can be very, very lucrative. Um, you know, both Mandeep and I, 2020, if we look at our numbers, we have done, we've done more than, I mean, me personally, I've done more than 500%. Mandeep is somewhere very close, either above me or below me, but we're kind of in the same numbers. And we're mainly option sellers, so we're sellers. So I asked the individual the question. I said, what were your trades? What were your losers? I still have a conversation with him later today, but it was a very important conversation that we had. And I asked him, I said, what were you doing? And he was buying out of the money options. It sounds he was buying out of the money options. Our group, we sell out of the money options. Historically, statistically speaking, selling out of the money options is way more lucrative because the statistics are behind you. What we do is we basically sell out of the money options, and it's more lucrative because we have an idea of the probability of we have the probabilities on our side. We when we put on a trade, we're looking at a 85 to 95% chance of the contract expiring out of the money. Now, although it's way more capital intensive to do this type of trading, you know, if you consistently make 20%, if you consistently make 20% every month and you compound that 20%, it and that's basically what I'm trying to get at with this with it is if you do that, and let me just if you compound that same, let's say that same $100,000, and you compound that by 20%, you're looking at it about a 890% return on your money. So, I mean, something like with me, because I'm trading day to day, I do about 15% month to month, month over month. I'm looking for 15%. I'm going to have some losers. That's just part of the game. That's just part of trading. You're going to have losers, you're going to have winners. The idea is to have more winners than losers. So, I do about 15% month over month. And that has basically given me, my current account value, if you over the years. So, um, again, I think Mandeep, you wanna got my role on my Tesla position. You kind of want to elaborate on this conversation that we had, or you want to add to it, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. So basically, when you're first starting options, you gotta really understand the fundamentals. Especially when you're buying options, we tend to sell more, so we kind of we have the odds in our favor. We become the casino. So, and when you're buying options, I mean, everybody's done it. When we started, we've done it too. When you buy, you don't understand the break-even points, the time. When you buy an option that expires in the same week, you're gonna see your break-even shift dramatically by a couple dollars every day that goes by, and your underlining doesn't move in the
And
required direction you need it to move. So it's very easy to blow up your account buying options, um, whatever your account value is, and then you can see it all evaporate, within no time. So it's very, so, we'd like to incorporate both strategies, buying and selling. We're not saying buying's bad at all, but you
no,
just, in order to, um, in order to do it, you need to understand what's at risk and how much time you have. It has to be realistic. Realistically, you don't just buy something and just hope and pray that it happens. No, it's not. It's more likely
yeah,
not going to happen. So
yeah. Look, what Mandeep, I went in and I asked the question. I said, to this individual, I said, hey, what do you know about the Greeks? Like as far as theta, vega, delta, rho, and gamma. Um, his answer to me is like, I don't know anything about it. And
Hmm.
my thing is like, well, maybe you shouldn't be trading options, in my opinion. I don't want to sound like mean or half-hearted about it, but at a certain point, you shouldn't be trading options if you don't understand what those are. Vega. If you don't know what Vega is, that's volatility. If Delta is basically where the price is as opposed to the strike price. That's basically your probability in the money. Um, the theta is really what we look for is theta. That is like theta and vega are the two number one things we look at. We want to sell in high vega and we want to sell a lot of theta. We want to have a high theta as well. So usually they are somewhat correlated. Um, when vega is high, you're gonna have the premiums end up being and Vega's volatility. When volatility is high, option prices are higher. Typically, option prices will contract, and when they contract, that's when you are gonna see. That's when you're gonna see the price. As an option seller, that's when they're gonna shrink the prices, and that's what you want to happen is prices start to shrink. So typically, implied volatility is they call it overstated, um, and historically has been overstated. If you look at the historical data of volatility, if you started it on March and you sold options at the end of March 2020, all your contracts would have probably expired worthless, or they would have contracted so much because you were selling into high IV. They would have contracted so much that the contract prices will start to collapse. Which even though you would have been in the money or whatever it was, you got paid. You got paid for that risk, and that is why Mandeep and I love option selling as opposed to option buying. You'll see as you start to get closer, the further you're away from your contracts are further away, the more profit there, the sea of green you'll start to see. That's just for us, that's what we do. We live and breathe option trading, option selling, and not to say that we don't buy options. If we buy options, we're long, as Mandeep has kind of talked about it, we buy them for the long term, and then we sell them. I just sold one just now for Apple that had been holding for I want to say like 3-4 months. But the objective is to keep it long term. Our objective is to keep this relatively long term. As far as those call options or put options or whatever we're looking to long, we're gonna do that. Let's kind of take a look at what everything is in the marketplace. Um, I I've been rambling for a little bit. Nasdaq is up 85 points. The S&Ps are up 17, almost a 0.5% today. Zoom recovered a little bit, and Apple is up just under 1.5%. There's at 1.35%. Tesla's down 0.5% today. Neo's down just under 3%. Um, let's see here. Any big movers? Do we see any big movers today? Snow.
Everything's pretty flat. Everything's either up a little bit or down a little bit. No.
Yeah, I'm looking at my watch list, and I don't see anything that has made any big moves per se. I mean, Roku. Had Roku. What can I say about this guy? I had owned I had owned shares of it at what 107, 117. I don't remember the stock price, but it was in the low 100s, and I just kept selling covered calls against it, and the stock is just it it's it's incredible. They just got a price target increase. Hear this out, Mandeep. Wells Fargo gave them a price target increase of, I think, 450 or so. I mean, I wrote it in the
Wow,
show notes. I wrote it in the show notes. So, um, yeah,
that's
let me see
crazy.
what. Yeah, that's a market high. 414. Sorry, 414 is it? That's a street high. So, what can you say? What can you say about it? Well, I think that the market is just doing what the market's doing. I think it's kind of a boringish day. Other than that, I mean, we talked about a lot of things. A lot of you know, a lot of interesting topics. But that's today is kind of a slow day where we can just sit back and kind of relax and do little small trades here and there. Mandeep,
Hmm.
you want to add anything else to the conversation, or
No, I think that pretty much wraps everything up. This is
cool?
a yeah, this is a bit of a slow day, so I think tomorrow will be very interesting. We have a lot of binary events tomorrow with the Georgia's runoff
And
um,
and the certification.
results, and then I think yeah, there's quite a few things happening tomorrow, so we should have some volatility, some more
Yeah,
price action. So
yeah. And, I wanted to let me see. I didn't look before we end the VIX. The VIX is down today. Sometimes it's kind of a telltale sign, like if the VIX is up and the markets are up, like that we were expecting some type of volatility, but the VIX is down right now. So, but yeah, tonight we'll find out who the Georgia senators are. Um, I mean, again, I'm not one way or the other with it. And then tomorrow, the Senate is to certify the Electoral College and name basically name President-elect Biden president and go on with the inauguration that had to happen on the 21st, I believe. Whatever day that is, but he's gonna basically be our president. But yeah, other than that, I think we're done for today. Mandeep, my man, keep it easy. Take it easy today. We'll chat throughout the day. Uh, we'll have quite a few things to do today, but let's uh, let's go ahead and sign off for today.
all right, buddy, pleasure. Take care,
All right,
guys. We'll
all right.
see you
Thank you,
tomorrow.
everybody. Appreciate it. Bye bye.